Hey y'all, it's Sharon with SouthernBellaHome.com. I'm so happy that you came by today because it's time for our fall home tour. It's been a little while since I've posted a video, and it's been a tough road for the past few months trying to get over the tornado and handle the garden and everything else that's been going on for everyone, right? People schooling and working at home. But today we're going to put all of that aside and we're just going to have a cozy farmhouse fall tour. I hope you all enjoy it. I am going to be sharing with you some creative storage solutions along the way, and if you'd like to see more of that, please make a comment below and let me know that. Also, if you're not a subscriber, I would love to invite you to subscribe if you enjoy what you see. Click the like button and ring the notification bell so that you won't miss my future videos. Today's video is going to be of the front room or living room of our old farmhouse, the dining room, kitchen, and coffee bar. I have another portion of the video that is going to be coming soon, and that will be the master bedroom and the farmhouse pantry. So stay tuned for those to come also, and I hope you enjoy the tour, and if you do, don't forget to click like, and I'll see you at the end.
This little corner holds my secretary desk that was a birthday gift from my husband. It's right below the pass-through window to the kitchen, and it sits next to a little bookshelf that my husband built for me out of an old advertising box. The color scheme that I went with for the living room this year was all based on that floral pillow right there, that orange pillow. I pulled out all of the colors that I found in the print on this linen embroidery pillow, and that's how I chose the other pillows. I loved the cranberry, the sage, the gold, and this is a new grouping that I just did on the wall with old frames, an old window, and a couple of different farming publications from 1896. As a matter of fact, there's the date, October of 1896. I loved the graphics on these prints. They're just such a treasure, I think. And I bought these about 2 years ago, I think it was, and had them in my desk drawer, and I just thought they were too beautiful to keep in a drawer. So I just hung them on a wire with little clothespins for everyone to enjoy. And you wouldn't believe the fun comments that I get. Everyone is loving this little grouping. Old feed sacks are perfect for pillows in my opinion, and I loved the little flannel and tweed pumpkins on this pillow that I purchased at Ross. This perfectly imperfect, beautiful antique globe is a recent thrift store purchase, and I love that vintage green, don't you? This spool cabinet was my birthday gift this year. My husband took me on a road trip to get it. I love him. We purchased this easel from an artist who had studied abroad. Her favorite place to paint with this easel was Stratford-on-the-Avon, where Shakespeare was from. For some reason, that just makes it special to me. These old books are near and dear to my heart. A beautiful old copy of God's Word, some gorgeous books about farming and American history. Can't go wrong with any one of those three.
This little vintage sewing table, vintage typewriter, summer Stetson hat, and old milk glass lamp are all things that I think really might have been in this home in previous years.
This is one of my favorite little pumpkins on this old milking stool. It's covered in tree bark, which I think is adorable.
I have always wanted an antique spinning wheel, and this past spring we found this one at a local garage sale. I was so excited.
These two baskets here hold puzzles, books, and toys when my sweet little granddaughter comes to see Mime. In this antique bookcase that was given to me by a family member, I finally got my homestead library organized. Books about herbs, gardening, and animals are all in one place now, thank goodness.
And that is beautiful white Georgia cotton grown by my son. I love to make this old farmhouse feel warm and cozy, and these screensavers on YouTube with music or nature sounds are just perfect to help with that, along with some cozy movies like the Anne of Green Gables series, one of my favorites.
Now we'll move on to the dining room. My recipes and cookbooks finally have a permanent home, thank goodness. I got them all organized on this cute little green shelf that I found on Facebook Marketplace this summer. On top, I have a little homemade runner made of calico with fall leaves. In this basket are chargers that I use on the dining room table for different tablescapes, and in the vintage suitcase I have seeds that need to be filed away in my other storage boxes. You may have guessed by now that I really enjoy finding creative storage solutions, especially if they are vintage ones. And in this wooden box here, I have kept all of my magazine clippings. You know, recipes, craft ideas, all those things that I want to try.
I really adore transferware, and it really doesn't matter what color it is. Give me all the transferware. I'm trying to grow my collection of brown and white, and I also would really like to have a set that's green and white. I only have 2 pieces of that so far.
In this antique Georgia cotton basket, I store my antique quilts. On top, the baby quilt my mother made for me. This little garland that you see over my antique mirror serves as a base for other decoration. I go out into the yard and I place fall stems, leaves, things like that in there for a much more natural look. I'll show you how I do it. This amber glass cake pedestal is one of my favorite thrift store finds to use in the autumn. A pumpkin pie never looks so good as when it's sitting on this gorgeous thing. For a runner on the buffet this year, I just used a piece of tan and cream ticking fabric. And these candlesticks, brass and marble, extremely heavy, were found at the same thrift store as my cake pedestal. They are also my favorite candlesticks. A simple centerpiece made with a basket full of pears that my son picked for the family. Simple is the best sometimes. If you do not have any antique blue mason jars, I highly recommend you get some, friend. Here I just have fall stems that have a golden tassel, and they look beautiful, but I use them in every season. I saw this antique chicken picture at a local thrift store. It reminded me of our chickens here on the homestead. It had a few scratches on the surface of the picture, but a brown marker covered them right up, and now you'd never know. Something new that I added this fall to my old stove, Miss Belle, is a basket with some of my fall china pieces, stoneware dishes, and cloth napkins right at the ready for those cozy fall dinners. This is the little remote for our battery-operated candles. I hide it right here behind my little garden angel. I light the candles and the twinkle lights at night for that cozy, homey feeling. These little wooden farmers market baskets are a great thing to add to your collection for all seasons. And I love to use this old scale to hold my seasonal kitchen towels. I'm able to just pull them out whenever I want a new one, but it keeps them on display because they're so cute. In all my summer organizing this year, I also got my seed collection organized. I found these cute boxes at Michael's, and they're actually photo boxes, but I loved the color. It's my favorite color, and I love the buffalo check. They have little labels on the front, so I was able to categorize my seeds, and now I just feel like I have all my ducks in a row. Well, almost. Moving on to our busy little homestead farmhouse kitchen. You know the old saying that the kitchen is the heart of the home, and I do believe that is very true. But this is a serious working kitchen. A lot of canning, cooking, and preserving goes on here, from the vegetables that we have here growing on the homestead to meat production, you name it. So it's always busy, there's always a lot going on, but I try my best to have it pretty and celebrate the seasons as they come. This old bakery basket from my husband's hometown in New York holds drying herbs and some fall stems. I love to pick up old tins, things like coffee, lard, tea cans. They seem to make this kitchen have a very authentic feel. And I love this little plaque reminding us to be thankful. Don't we all need all the reminders for that? And this old cookie jar, I try to keep it full of cookies from time to time. As I said, this is a busy working kitchen, so I always have herbs drying, things fermenting, and my All-American canner sitting on the counter most all the time. They are getting used very frequently these days. I still have green beans coming in from the garden, lots of herbs ready to pick, and even my first beeswax from our bees. I'm going to soon be making pepper sauce out of these fermenting peppers, and I have a comfrey tea brewing here for plants to be fertilized with, and more horehound for cough drops that I will be showing in a video soon. My opinion, the garden produce coming in is some of the most beautiful decoration you can have in the fall. I still have lots of veggies like green beans, okra, and peppers coming in, and I've got to get busy processing those today. Here on the floor you see my bag of oats, wheat berries, and rice waiting to be stored away for the winter pantry. Here in our farmhouse, I've come to realize that I really prefer real dried florals as opposed to anything man-made. I think they achieve the look that I'm going for here, for a natural farmhouse look. And I've put them in these galvanized buckets this year, and I use those galvanized buckets just about every season, so you've probably seen them in previous videos, along with my brown and white transferware and my amber glass collection. And finally, I share with you our sweet little coffee bar. I took an old vintage bookcase, put little cloths made out of black and white ticking, used creative storage solutions like dresser drawers for our tea collection here, you see, and also things like this little orange pumpkin basket to hold all of our various sweeteners that any guest might come and want for their tea or their coffee or hot chocolate. Lots of mugs, cups, and saucers, and that basket holds our coffee filters for our Chemex coffee pot. And I have lots of vintage coffee makers and coffee pots that have been gifts from family and friends with our fall mugs on top. Well, I hope you enjoyed our fall farmhouse tour. This is just an old Georgia farmhouse, and we're trying to love on it and bring it back to what it might have been back in 1900 when it was built. If you'd like to see more of what's going on here in our farmhouse and on our homestead, be sure to subscribe, and I'll be seeing you soon, friends. Until then, may the good Lord bless and keep you. Bye, y'all.